as the first bill, there were just a few things that I think there were questions that I wanted to answer to as we start into this bill. One of the things that we talked about, and this is another part of where we are, is that the eye of the storm was what was put together after the mission to rebuild Texas was done, with all the 41 things that it says that we need to address as a state for disasters. And I also wanted to let you know that this is a compilation of bills that we have many authors, and I'll give you the authors later, but I just wanted to briefly state that we did not start out with these bills this morning. So this committee substitute, the recommendation by the Governor's Commission to rebuild Texas, House Bill 7 emphasizes the disaster preparation and would help state agencies and local jurisdictions eliminate the administrative red tape that slows down effective emergency management functions. This preparation would include maintaining a standing list of regulatory waivers needed during a disaster, compiling statutes or rules that must be suspended during an emergency, and working out partnership agreements and contracted services before a disaster strikes. Currently, the governor has authority to suspend state rules and statute during a disaster, and Governor Abbott did this during Harvey, and it proved very essential in expediting response and recovery efforts in the early phases of the hurricane. Having a standing list in place will expedite this process even more. During Harvey, many jurisdictions faced contracting issues for key emergency items like the essential debris removal services that we talked about this morning. House Bill 7 directs TDM in consultation with other state agencies to develop a plan to assist political subdivisions with executing contracts for services that are likely to be needed during and following a disaster. This will help establish prearranged and reliable access to essential goods and services in emergency situations, as well as the training for local communities to know what they're going to need. The committee substitute differs from the filed version by adding language that TDM may consult with any other state agencies they deem appropriate in developing a plan for political subdivisions, rather than only limiting it to Texas A&M. We have numerous people here that are going to talk to you about what happened during the storm and how this will help in getting things rolling more quickly. And I would gladly answer any questions that you have prior to the witnesses coming forward.
All right, thank you, Chairman Morrison. Do any of your members have any questions? Chairman, I'll call up Bert Mills.
I'm Bert Mills, Aransas County Judge. I'm here in favor of House Bill 7.
Are you representing yourself in the county?
We will be passing a resolution as of this coming Monday in support of this bill. I'm sure I did this. But knowing my commissioner's court, it's almost sure. But as the representative said, we need all the help we can get. The small counties, and I guess large counties, don't have the staff to prepare for disasters. We were fairly well prepared for this one, and we came through it with a scar here and there. We're coming over pretty well. But the thing of it is, what's going on with this bill, Aransas County, for sure, see the benefits of it for the future. And I just want you to know that we support it.
Members, any questions for the judge? All right, sorry. Yeah, let the record represent that Representative Lonnie is not present. All right, now the chair calls up Lynn Zeller. enough of us this morning. The chair calls up Patrick Rios. And don't forget your name, who you represent, position on the bill, and time.
My name is Patrick Rios. I serve as the mayor of the city of Rockport, and I'm here to testify in support of the bill. And thank you for taking time to visit with us. We're extremely well prepared for the storm. If you go back and look at your County City of Rockport emergency management plan, we're well prepared for that plan. What we weren't prepared for was the speed of the storm. The storm popped up and was promised in a matter of, seemed like minutes. We usually call mandatory evacuation 40 hours prior to the estimated landfall. This thing comes fast. That said, we still have our plan in place. Our folks performed a very good job. Right at the beginning, we started our neighborhoods. In fact, they were smaller and less prepared, not quite as able to take care of themselves as we were at the beginning. A lot of confusion, loss of communication, and disasters. And we think that better preparation statewide would be certainly a good sign of itself. We fully support this. I believe that it's necessary. As prepared as we are, never be completely prepared.
Members, do you have any questions of the mayor? And thank you for being here, Mayor. Yeah, let the record show the representative is here. The chair calls up Jimmy Kendrick. Mayor, glad to see you're back to Jimmy now.
Yes, I did it correctly this time. Last time I wanted to show the importance of Bill 6 that we don't feel points out correctly. You know, being a director of transportation, so by the way, I'm Jimmy Kendrick, Mayor of Folsom, Texas, and I'm going to I apologize. Sometimes
You're representing yourself or the
the council and myself. And while I was transportation director, there's been many times we try to get people out of our town and back. And this bill will help us. The governor waived some requirements that for us to be able to go on the transportation. That's discretionary. That's out there. One time we evacuated, we didn't have enough bus drivers. The way the CDL will, if there's somebody behind the bus that knows how to drive the bus, they don't get trucks to do it. It doesn't have the passenger gas endorsement to go along with the CDL. Things like that occur to us. We try to get people out of our town. We evacuate this time. Probably 60% left, 40% stay. And that creates problems sometimes. The other things we run into, we had the governor and him and everybody come to our office and sit down with us. They started looking at things trying to do, and we started looking at problems. And we started seeing things come across the field. The governor said, well, we'll do this, and then had to lean over to him and whisper in his ear, we can't do this. And it's kind of tough on Chief Kidd to do that. Because, you know, the governor turned around and said, I don't care. We'll do it. The governor's good at that. And the governor's good at getting things done. We saw that with TxDOT. We asked him what we needed. We said we needed debris removed. TxDOT showed up. The problem with TxDOT was they could do it only on the roads and some of that stuff. So we need some leeway in there. So this will help us do it. And people need to prepare this in the proper way. And that's what I'm standing there asking for. Like I said earlier, you're creating a Bible that all of us will live. And it will be good for our children someday because we can only learn from their experiences. And that's what we want.
Any questions for the mayor? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. The chair calls up William DeLibero.
Mr. Chairman, committee members, William DeLibero, Point Block, the city manager, here to speak in favor of the bill. The importance of the disaster preparation contracts is imperative for cities and towns to be in a position to deal with the recovery from pending disasters in time. And what we need to do is we need to have contracts in place, signed and paid for, to be prepared for a disaster. If we don't do that, we become last on the list trying to get resources like general resources or waste services. Without that, if you're fortunate if you're able to get them and when you're able to. So it's important to have those things in place. Training and technical assistance to adopt these procedures are essential, particularly for small rural communities. I would ask again that this body, as well as those bodies tasked with implementing this act, fully engage municipalities and county officials in this process and seek impact from those at ground zero communities. Thank you. Anything else? Any questions for Mr. Libro? All right, thank you, sir. Members, that is all the registered testimony on this bill. Is there anyone else who wishes to testify on, for, or against House Bill 7? Not seeing anybody. The chair recognizes the chair.
Mr. Chairman, I gave information to the clerk saying that I'd like to add just a testimony. I'm registered.
All right, can you register with her?
I am registered.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
Daryl Fowler.
Okay. You got it. All right, the chair calls Daryl Fowler. And then you have the drill, so state your name, position, who you represent.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. Chairman Morrison. I'm Daryl Fowler. I'm the county judge of Judith County, Texas. I am a constituent in the county Representative Morrison's district, and I am in favor of House Bill 7. And although I haven't seen this committee substitute, I suspect that I'm in favor of it. There are two things in the bill that impressed me. I feel it's very timely and needful. When Governor Abbott declared the disaster in 2017, he suspended the right of TxDOT to issue new overweight permits for trucks and put a moratorium on those that were already in place so the trucks could not travel down state highways in interior damaging roads. After the storm passed, Houston certainly was still under threat of flooding and inundation, but the floods in our county have been abated. But nevertheless, we have received 20 inches of rain over that 3-day period. And when the call went out to TxDOT officials to sweep the county and make an inspection of the roads, report back, is it safe to begin to reissue those permits again? Our county government officials were not effective, and that was problematic for me because we were already under a severe burden of repairing our roads from oil and gas traffic for shale over the last 6 years. Indeed, I've spent $91 million of taxpayer funds in my county to take care of that problem. And our roads are built on about 2 foot of sand, so they will float and move as the trucks move over them. I'm in support of this part of the bill that we take on, and I would suggest that county officials be consulted before a moratorium might pass. And secondarily, on the part about the contracts in advance, yesterday I spent 8 hours in my emergency operations center with my district man, my emergency management coordinator, going through phase 1 of the prototype disaster systems and training available to them. About an 8-hour class, but very timely, and it gave us some insight into the need to have contracts in place ahead of time, which is something that we, like many others, did not have in place during 2017. Fortunately for us, we did not have to do following the other counties did, so the municipal operations and very needful.
Judge, do you have any questions for the judge? I think I appreciate it. Good luck to you and your community. With that, the chair recognizes Chairman Morrison to close on her bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. I think you can see this is just another part of the whole process of putting together what the Iowa storm has for us to make sure that we're prepared for any and every disaster. And we've learned a lot from Hurricane Harvey that this is for everyone to get ready for anything that happens.
and then we let Chair, the questions for Chairwoman Morrison. All right, thank you very much. Committee substitute is withdrawn, with no further objection, House Bill 7 will be left pending at this time. At this time, the chair lays out House Bill 2794 and recognizes Chairwoman Morrison to explain her bill. And, there is a committee substitute.
Yes, there is. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, to lay that out.
So the chair lays out committee substitute for 2794.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. House Bill 2794 relates to the administration of emergency management in the state. And there is a substitute that we just laid out. And also, we have a handout for each one of you that kind of gives a diagram of what the layout would be of the administration of emergency management. A recommendation by the Governor's Commission to rebuild Texas to help create a better unified and coordinated emergency management system is what this bill is about. House Bill 2794 aligns statute with the reorganization of the Texas Division of Emergency Management, TDEM, within the Texas A&M University system, a process that has already begun. The reorganization was announced by the governor in December. The Texas A&M system, through its member agencies and the Texas A&M University, has a number of emergency management functions that dovetail with those of TDEM. It has Texas Task Forces 1 and 2, the Texas A&M Forest Service, the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, which is agriculture, disaster response and assistance and local recovery efforts, the Texas A&M College of Veterinary Medicine and Life Sciences Veterinary Emergency Team, and various academic units with research expertise in coastal flooding, mosquito control, and other related issues. Integrating or co-locating such programs and activities could help reduce the problems associated with the fragmentation among emergency programs. The chief would be appointed by the governor. The committee substitute addresses administrative language related to the employee's benefits as recommended by ERS with the transfer. The substitute also removed unnecessary language on page 6 related to the continuation of employees' plans and benefits, as there will be no break in service transferring between an ERS health plan agency to the TAM US health plan, which will be without a waiting period. And also on page 7, as ERS is statutory not allowed to provide a retirement benefit enhancement because they are not actuarially sound, we struck the language that would have been considered an enhancement. The language would have allowed employees to have access to picking benefits both between ERS and TRS. And so this is what is the proposal. As you know, the governor back in December already put this in process so that TDEM would be working with all those agencies that they contract with and work with anyway in any disaster. So this would just put it all together, and so they can be continuing to work together more closely and not segmented. And also, I know everyone will want to know that TDEM will stay in here in Austin. And so the actual TDEM will be here. And so I would like to have Chief Kidd come up and talk to you about how this will work and why we've looked at this. And like I said, here is the layout of what it would extend. And so before I introduce him, I would like to ask him some questions.
Yeah, so the idea would be all these agencies that have similar type of missions will be able to work and coordinate with each other and have shared resources and abilities to help save us some money and coordination.
Instead of having TDEM over in one agency and all these in another place, they'll all be together because they work together on all disasters anyway. And so it'll be a more efficient system, and they'll all be working together and it'll be a lot easier to make.
Sounds good. Members have any questions?
Chairwoman,
So right now, I've got 8 counties all rural. So AgriLife, we have extension agents already in place. So that would be valuable to the rural.
Yes, it would, Representative Lyon, because as you know, when the commission was formed, the extension agents were the ones that were gathering the information for all the counties. Because they're the ones that are already there, they were already in place, and they were part of the commission to bring the information and get information out to the counties as quickly as possible. So that is already in place. It worked well during the disaster, and it's something that we can enhance and implement more. So it's great for the rural areas for sure.
Members, any other questions? Cheryl?
Before I relinquish, and we have Chief Pitt come up, because I know he is here to testify. I don't know how many of you have worked with Chief Pitt. I had never actually worked with him one-on-one until this happened, and I started working with him immediately the day after, because we were on phone calls every morning, what's going on, where we are, with the whole team. And so I want to make sure that everyone knows who Chief Kidd is and his background. Kidd was appointed to the position of the Assistant Director for the Texas Department of Public Safety on July 1st, 2010. He serves as the Chief Texas Division of Emergency Management, TDEM, and is responsible for the state's emergency preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation activities. Prior to his appointment, NIM was appointed to the San Antonio Fire Department in April